Hey, I'm Lozz.
And I'm Noufy.
And we're from Down Under.
And we're here just to do reviews and chit chat.
Hey, I'm Lozz.
And I'm Noufy.
Welcome to our channel.
We're just here to do reviews, bit of chit chat and just talk shit.
Basically. We're both good at it.
So if you can please help us out by giving us a like and subscribe.
Down the bottom.
And you know, we're only have at the moment, so today is May 2022. Can't even remember the date, do you? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I think it's the 11th.
We only have 21 subscribers.
22!
22! We have 22 subscribers!
I just checked, we've been filming tonight.
Yeah.
And I checked before we started filming a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
We had 21.
Yeah.
I just checked then, 22.
We're pretty excited about it. We're pretty excited about our whole 22. Thank you, everybody.
Double digits.
Double digits. 22. Two little fat ladies.
Yep, that's right. That's us.
So let's get into today's video. Today's video, we're just going to have a little bit of a chat. We're not going to show anything. I am going to show something funny. But we're just going to talk about food and weight loss and surgery. So
that's right.
Hope you keep watching this video today. But before we get into today's video, which is really a follow-up from the food video that hopefully you have watched, which was us trying American food. That was fun. I went out to the dishwasher and my 700ml water bottle that I put in the dishwasher that I thought
was dishwasher safe.
Was dishwasher safe? Is not! Did you ever know? Let me bring this up close. Have you ever seen what happens? It shrunk.
The lid's bigger than the whole thing.
It shrunk. It
kind of looks like a dildo.
It's teeny tiny. But it looks mental. It looks crazy. Seriously, this was a great big enormous 700ml bottle. It actually has bobbled at the bottom.
So it's not dishwasher safe?
Just so if anybody's out there, smash drink bottle, 750 mils. Do not put in your freaking dishwasher.
Do not put in your dishwasher.
This shit happens. Just thought I would share that because I found that really amusing. Really amusing.
I love that you put it in the dishwasher to begin with.
Well, I'm lazy.
When it comes to the kitchen, we're not the best.
No, we might do some cooking videos and you'll see that in action. So today, with the funny little drink bottle, we thought we'd do the follow-up from the food and just talk about food. Something you might have noticed, even though we did eat that snack food, is that we ate in very small quantities. And there's a reason. So we'll just do a little bit of a talk about and see if you're interested, and we certainly can follow up with another video if you do show interest in more detail. But both Lauren and Lozz and I have had different weight loss surgery.
Yep.
So you've had...
my one's called the lap band.
And I've had the gastric sleeve.
Yep. So the lap band is they actually put like a foreign object, obviously, around your stomach, and it's like a circle. And there's a port on your stomach, and they put a needle in it, and they pull out the liquid, and with the liquid makes it the flow of the food go through, so it makes the circle bigger or smaller depending how much liquid. Yeah. And the more liquid you have, the less you can eat.
So, and you can have that adjusted.
Yeah, you can have it adjusted. So obviously, you know, if you're unwell, and you can't eat, they might adjust it so you can't, so it's got less liquid, so it's easier to eat while you're getting healthy again.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you can have it adjusted, so when things arise, there's a sort of option to help.
Yeah. In
that sort of sense. Obviously still restricted.
Yeah.
But less.
So for me, I had, and mine's pretty recent, so I'm on month 8 actually. I had gastric sleeve. I was going to have bypass surgery, but when they went in to check that if everything was well or wasn't well, It wasn't well. They ended up finding. We laugh now.
It's not funny, but
it's not. But I had a tumour, so that was a scary time. But 8 months ago, they removed it.
And because they removed it, that's the part where they do the bypass, so it was no longer an option.
Couldn't do bypass. So we'll talk about that on another video. But then I was able, and probably for my own health, I was still able to have gastric sleeve. It wasn't the preferred option because here in Australia, they're now moving away, actually from both of the surgeries we had, and they're just doing mainly bypass now. They still do them.
You can still get the sleeve, and you can still get...
Yeah, but they're opting for, my understanding is they're opting now for the bypass, and the reason for that is everything has its complications. For the sleeve surgery, what they find is a lot of people at the 10-year mark put weight back on and stretch their stomach back out, because sleeve is basically cutting your stomach, the vast majority of your stomach out and removing it.
Yeah, so over time, you know, it kind of loosens up and stuff.
Yeah, and if people have bad habits, so that's really about resetting the clock, teaching yourself how to eat healthy.
Yeah, so people think when it comes to weight loss surgery that you have the surgery and it's all done and dusted.
Yeah, and you just sit there and wait for the weight to drop off.
That is so far from it. You still need to eat healthy and you still need to exercise.
Yes.
And, you know,
it's still a battle.
I do. You know, I had mine in 2008. And obviously I'm still at a big size, but I've had a lot of things happen in my life personally that has changed.
But you have reduced. You were a lot bigger.
I was massive, and then I shrunk down, and then, you know, I went through a different sort of journey, and, you know, I stopped worrying about my health, like my weight. I was worrying about health, but I was focusing on my other health issues, and now I'm coming back to my weight loss. And since I've been coming back to it, I've lost around 20, 30 kilos.
Yeah.
So...
And you're doing it more healthy, you're doing it slowly.
But for me...
And you're pretty happy being you. So we're not making this video to promote surgery.
No.
We're just having a chat about it. For me, I really wasn't overweight most of my life. I thought I was, but I wasn't. Now I look back on it. It was probably when I turned 40 that some pretty bad things happened. And for the 10 years... I put on a lot of weight. A lot of weight. I put on about 50 kilograms. And so I tried everything. I tried everything naturally. I did all the things.
Would you try Weight Watchers?
All
HelloFresh, all different types
of brands of different food. I tried going. We went to the different gyms.
Yeah, we went
together.
to gyms.
We tried everything, and then I even did the Saxenda, I think they call it. So it's injections in your stomach every day. I tried everything not to do surgery because that was my last resort. But I found I was so unhappy, and I just think, you do you, I'll do me. Yeah. And I'm an adult, and I chose that this is what's best for me. And I wish I'd done it 10 years ago. It's the best thing I've ever done, except for my turkey neck. I'm still on the road. I'm only 8 months in, but in those 8 months, I think I'm up to 38 kilograms that I've lost. So I'm feeling really good. You know, I was able to buy a pair of boots the other day from a normal shop and just pull them on. Yeah. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. I bought a pair of size 12 jeans, even though my turkey neck doesn't tell you that. And that felt so nice to walk into a shop and just buy a pair of jeans. Yeah. I'm like Lozz. Most of the time and have always been I am who I am. And I'm pretty confident. I'm confident in professionally and not professionally, you know, out of work. Yeah. But it gets you down when you get too big.
Yeah, my weight does bring me down sometimes. You wouldn't know it because it doesn't stop me from going out and doing all these activities. No. You know, I go out and do water sports at this size. You know, I've got no problems getting out.
Which is amazing because I think when I started to put weight on, I shut myself away. I didn't want to go to parties. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go because I thought, what am I going to wear? People are going to look, you know, I just have this thing.
I've been big since I was in year 7, so we're talking like at least 25 years ago. 25 years. Something like that, 25, 23 years ago. So I've been big most of my life. So because I was only in year 7, I was only like, 12? Yeah. You know, it didn't stop me from doing all these sorts. Maybe if I was an adult and my weight changed, maybe things would be a bit... because I was a child and becoming a person, it affected me a bit differently.
Yeah. I felt professionally when I would walk into conferences or, you know, I was always the biggest girl in the room and it actually felt really uncomfortable. Somebody's got to be, I guess. But I just wanted to be what people perceived normal was. And not only that, it was health. I haven't used my asthma pump in about 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot. I just realised one day, I'm
not using it as much as what you used to.
I don't feel as unwell. I don't have a sore back the way I was. I don't feel depressed the way I was. I'm still taking vitamins every day. Yep. But that is part and parcel.
And the walking's easier around the shopping centres.
It's so much easier. And you think about carrying 38 kilograms around with you. I've still got a long way to go. I still want to lose. It's not really a number. It's when I feel healthy. But ideally at least minimum of another 10 kilograms. But ideally, I think the thing that I wanted to talk about if you guys are interested, is definitely the surgery, because it's not easy. I don't know.
No.
I did a lot of research. I thought, oh, it'll be good. It'll be easy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty strong. And, you know, the first 48 hours was hell on earth. It was so painful. It was really hard going. And you literally had a little medicine cup, couldn't even get 30
mils of liquid down.
in.
Yeah.
It just kept, you know, and then I wanted to leave the hospital, and of course you had to be able to, they said the goal was to get to 1,000 mil, and all I could think is, I can't even get 30 mil in. Are you serious?
Yeah.
And then I was like, what have I done? You know, it was really terrible.
Well, and it's just getting used to eating different portion sizes
and it changes. I think you think that when the operation happens, you come home, you're in pain for a good 7 weeks, whereas I thought it'd be 2 weeks. Because I watch people saying 2 weeks later, I was up shopping, and I'm like, I'm 7 weeks and dying. But maybe it's an age thing, but I found it was about the 7 or 8 week mark where I started to feel better. But I really needed to have 7 or 8 weeks off work. Yeah. And I needed help. Like, I was basically nearly bedridden. I couldn't have walked far. Then I just turned this corner and started to feel better. And once I started feeling better, I realised that I couldn't wait, because I had to have liquids, then just soups. And you want to chew. And your mind says chew.
Soft foods.
And it went on and on and on, and it was just depressing. So honestly, the first 3 months are hell, but I would say it's your last resort. Do it. It's the best thing I've ever done for my health.
You know, and like when I got mine done, like I had a long discussion with the surgeon, because I got mine done in 2008 and I was only like 19, 20. So I was very young when I got mine, but my mother has it. Yeah. So there was a lot, like I knew a lot about it. You know, we'd tried lots of things, and, you know, Mum encouraged me to try all sorts of things. And, so it was I was a lot younger when I first got it done. But, yeah, it's just getting used to, like, eating portion sizes. Like, you eat what a 5-year-old eats.
Yeah.
Like, you have
and it
3 or 4 mouthfuls.
surprised me now that I'm eating more, and I am eating more, like I'm not having those little 30 mils anymore, but I'm having an extremely small plate, like a mini plate. I never have more than that. It surprises me how much you can actually live on and feel good. And still I have got weight on, so it's not like I'm starving. Yeah. I don't feel hungry. Sometimes though, because I'm a sweet tooth, I do crave a little bit. I didn't to begin with in the first probably 6 months. I sometimes crave a little bit of sweets.
Yeah.
You get this dumping syndrome. It's not pooping, but it's where your heart beats really fast, and when your body can't process for me it's sugars. Yeah. It makes me really, really, really ill. And another thing that I always used to, but I can't anymore. I can't eat and drink at the same time. I'll be sick.
See, because we've had different surgeries, the way that we eat and drink are different. Obviously it's still the same little portions, but for me and my lap band, like there are just certain foods that I cannot eat. Like I have such a problem with pasta. Yeah. Rice, no problems. Is where you don't have that.
Chips are hard for me.
Yeah,
hot chips, like
hot chips.
Fries, do people call them? Whatever you guys call them.
Fries.
I find that I can eat a couple, but I mean seriously, I could eat probably 3 or 4 fries and I'm done, because it's just I find them really, they don't process properly. Or it feels like bread is another thing for me. If I eat something like bread or chips, they go in and then I feel like it expands and takes up my whole stomach.
Well, I think because it glugs up.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. Yeah. Because you've got no stomach as well. I've still got my stomach. Yeah. It's mine does the restriction of how many get in. Yeah. So it's a bit sort of different, but I don't have the dumping syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
And one of my downfalls in life, it's true, people, is chocolate and chips. I could eat the biggest packet of potato chips every day.
Well, you couldn't. What she does is she eats a little bit all day long.
Yeah.
So
I'm a grazer.
You couldn't really sit there and eat a big packet of chips because you'd be sick.
Not in one go, but in the whole day, I could. No. But so that just shows you that still, like, it's the food. Like, you've still got to eat healthy.
You do.
You know.
So I have this thing that if I'm going to eat something and I know I'm going to get full really quickly, I want to actually eat something with vitamins and some vegetables or some whatever. Because I already take vitamins every day, and I also have to take protein powder because I can't get enough protein in at the moment. Yeah. The thing that I feel really lucky about, though, when I did research for me, there was a lot of people that had sleeve surgery that have really bad indigestion, and that might not sound much, but it actually can be really serious. Yeah. I haven't had that at all, so I feel really grateful. The other thing is a lot of people said they couldn't eat, like, steak.
Oh, yeah.
Tougher sort of
Tougher sort of meat, yeah.
And I do cut it into little sizes. I can eat that, but I really, really struggle with chips.
The chips and the bread, yeah.
But I also, like you, my downfall, besides from wine, and I like sweet wine and sweet cocktails, but my downfall is potato chips, chips, like salt and vinegar chips and that. I just like to eat them. So I'm trying to be really careful not to do that grazing, like what we were just talking about.
Well, because grazing, like the grazing food works
Still
well
getting
for me.
these bad calories on
but at the same time, it's not healthy eating. And I know that.
No.
So, basically this video, like it's just showing you that you can get these surgeries, but like, unless you're feeling well and you eat properly,
they're not a cure. They don't go to figure. You're not going to have surgery and bang, you feel better in 10 days and you're walking and all the weight's off you. And the other thing with
one thing I do like is when we go out to a restaurant, we share, so it's half the price.
Yeah.
and we get leftovers.
And it's entree we're sharing, so,
And we get leftovers still.
But I really like that we don't make it stop our life. We can still go out to restaurants.
Yep.
We can still go out to bars. We can still drink. It's not like... Okay, I'll admit. So used to be a really, really big drinker. I literally cannot get that amount of alcohol in my body if I try.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing.
And I did notice, I went out to the pub the other week and went out with a lot of people, and I went up to the bar people and I said, is it okay if I get off the children's menu? And I said, I've got stomach surgery. And they just said, yeah, because of health issues you can.
Yeah. I've asked a few times too, can I have off the menu? And I think most of the time, some assholes don't let you, but mostly when you say I've had surgery on my stomach, they just usually go, yeah, that's fine. But some people are assholes.
A plate, we might eat 3 mouthfuls off a Parma and then you've still got, 3/4 of a chicken Parma left.
Sometimes they let you have little, I don't know if overseas have this, but in Australia we say doggy bags, meaning
you get to take it away,
get to take it away. They put it in a container or they put it in a bag or something.
Yeah.
And you get to take it home. So that's not always the case, but that's kind of handy because you can always... For me, I can eat maybe, say, a dumpling or two, and then in 20 minutes later I might be able to eat another one. So if you're at a restaurant, you can't get through all the food, get to take it home, you can still eat it, but just over a period of time.
Yeah.
So I like that too. But to me, it's the best thing that I have done. I'm still on that journey. You're still on that journey. I don't think the journey stops.
No, I've been on the journey for like 14 years.
I've
gone up and down, depending on what happens in my life.
Did you have any hair loss?
I don't think so.
No.
But so I've always had short hair.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I had pretty significant hair loss, and I did hear about this, but I must say I had hair loss, I think it was because I was sick. I think it might have been a tumour.
Yeah.
I had hair loss prior to surgery. Ever since I've had the surgery, my hair's starting to grow and feel a bit more like how it used to. It's not 100% back yet, but so I'm thinking that I have heard a lot of people say that, but I think mine was maybe related to something else. The only other thing that I would say is that if you do choose to do this, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, do a lot of research, talk to doctors. There's a lot of Facebook groups.
There is.
Gastric Sleeve or
I went and bought books as well. Now, I know you can just have things online, but I like to have the physical book so I can make little single meals and tell you what to have. But even with all that, I really think about what's the worst case scenario, and then the best case is,
Yeah.
And give yourself time, because I think at 3 months, one of my family members actually said to me, they were kind of like, you haven't lost much weight. Like, I thought you'd lose more weight. And I'm like, I remember that. But honestly, you can lose a lot of weight and maybe not look that different to begin with.
Well, that's all about your body. That's about your body size, your height, all sorts of things. Like if you're short, you might look a bit wider, but really you're not. Like it's weird.
Yeah, it is. And I think age and also what your skin's doing.
Yeah.
I think I was really, even though not the turkey neck, but besides from that, my mother has extremely good skin, very, very youthful skin. So I think I have good skin from her, except for that. That I have heard a lot of people talk about when they've lost a lot of weight, especially rapidly, they'll have a lot of melting candle syndrome, saggy skin.
Oh, yeah. So my mum had that. And I also think it's an age thing.
Yes.
Apparently, like the younger you are, your skin can shrink back. But the older you are, so my mum actually has a scar the whole way around her body, and she got all that excess skin taken off.
So I mean,
But that was a good couple of years after the surgery.
I definitely have some. Maybe not to the extent that I think surgery. I definitely. They say that you need to be about 2 years and a sort of stable weight.
Yep.
I definitely will get my neck looked at, but I will wait until I'm at a stable weight. And that's really only because I work as a professional, not a prostitute. And you know, I just don't like it. It doesn't matter what I do. I just don't like the look of it. But things like I can see it in my arms. I've always had really big arms, and I can see it there. I can see it a little bit on the inside of my legs. But you know what? I don't care. I can just put different clothes on to cover that. I'm not going to necessarily get surgery. If it gets really bad, I would definitely look at that. But right now, I'm just happy to feel healthier.
Yeah.
Be able to buy some normal clothes, enjoy life again, feel like the old me.
That excitement of buying in the regular section.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah, just these little things, you know, and that really...
I can tie my own shoelaces again.
You know, without like massive problems and...
Well, when I went to Europe before the pandemic, I think it was 2019, I was so big, I could barely walk with some people that were probably 70 to 80. Yep. I couldn't keep up. I had to stop. I was so exhausted. I got so depressed on that trip, even though that was a trip of a lifetime. I... had to go in to try and buy a pair of different shoes when I was in France, and that might sound fun. It's not fun when you've got big fat feet and you're tired and you're
I just don't think you think about weight unless you've got a weight problem.
Yes, and then people just go,
and
just
like
eat less.
What it actually means and how it works. Like,
and some of this is mental health stuff.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Your story just then was, that you had a lot of other issues.
Yeah, I had a lot of other mental health and health issues that took priority over my weight for a good 4 or 5 years.
And contributed maybe, to some of the weight loss that you did have, but it wasn't through that weight loss.
It wasn't from the surgery, it was from just unhealthy lifestyles.
And then I think for me, it was probably a death in the family. And
that really spun you into a depression.
And then I think and I just couldn't get out of it. And then when I could try to be healthy, I couldn't anymore. And my age contributed to it. I just couldn't lose the weight. Yeah. And I think when you have to lose 50 kilograms or more, you can't, it's so hard to naturally do that. I'm not saying you can't do it.
Oh, you definitely can do it, but,
I couldn't.
It's all about, it's...
Tried so hard. I tried for 4 years. I procrastinated about having surgery. For 4 years, I kept trying everything else so I didn't have to have it. Because I worried about, would I have this? Would I have that? Or what's it going to be like? What if I can never go to a restaurant again? What if I actually wish that I'd just done it. But lucky that I did it when I did, because that's how they found the tumour. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known.
Well, that's right, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. So who knows? Life just
happens, and you just roll with it, and you just do what you can, and
But if you're wondering why we look so fabulous, because we both had weight loss surgery. No, that's not why. We just thought we'd come on here and
just share a little bit about, about us and our journeys and.
Yeah. So we certainly can go into more detail. We might even interview.
Yeah.
Lozz's mum.
Yeah, my mum knows a lot about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, she's just so well spoken on it. She certainly could give our whole 22 viewers a lot more information. But look, if you like this sort of content, let us know. We certainly can do more of this sort of thing and talk about a lot of other issues.
Yeah.
We will do a video and we're going to talk about autism.
Yep.
But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed today. We've enjoyed
and you've gotten
22 viewers. Hopefully we get a few more.
Gotten a bit of an insight into us as people and what we love to do and, just all that sort of stuff. We like to
shrink bottles.
I still can't believe you
put shrink ourselves.
Like it's a water bottle and she puts it in a dishwasher.
I just thought, because when you have lipstick and you drink, and you think, I might just put that in the dishwasher and get it really
that's right.
clean.
You wouldn't be able to get that clean with a cloth.
This shit.
Off to Kmart.
Off to Kmart we go. But it's just so ridiculous. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It shrunk.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you like our videos, chuck us a comment, a thumbs up, subscribe. Let us know if you've had weight loss surgery.
Or if you're struggling.
Reach out, leave us a comment. And thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. I can't believe it. It looks like a dildo.